Big weekend in the UFC with the women's division leading as the main event at UFC 157 in Anaheim, California, very close to where we are here in Southern California. Ronda Rousey against Liz Carmouche. We bring in featured columnist John Highness. Your Highness, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. Of course, on Bleacher Report, you could find him. So now let's talk about this fight. Ronda Rousey, the Olympic gold medalist, in her 6 professional fights, all 6 of them have ended in the first round via armbar. I was watching her perform it on one of the guys from HBO's Real Sports, and every time you see it, it's brutal. It is brutal as hell, yet it is so viciously beautiful is one of the ways that I put it. Are you expecting any jitters from her at all, John, or are you just expecting, you know, a hell of a show as usual from Ronda Rousey?
I mean, I'm basically expecting the business as usual type of performance from her, you know. The media's obviously been all over this, not just the MMA media, not even just the mainstream sports media, but the national media, because this is the first time there's a women's fight in the UFC, and obviously it's for the bantamweight title. And people are starting to learn a lot about Ronda Rousey. She's been on a whole bunch of different shows. Like you mentioned, she was on Real Sports. She's been on Conan O'Brien. She was on ESPN The Body magazine. So, you know, she's really gotten her face out there in the past 6 months or so. So, yeah, I mean, as far as jitters go, maybe she'll be a little more nervous than her first fight, or her last fight even. But I mean, she's a superior athlete, and I mean, I don't think that's going to play into how she performs.
She's fighting Liz Carmouche, who served 3 tours of duty as a Marine. She's from San Diego. She's the first openly gay fighter in the UFC. 3 tours of duty, so you got to think that she will be fearless in there. She is a good striker, solid on the ground. What kind of game plan can you expect from the Carmouche camp and her to try and execute in order to try and sustain as much of the attack as she can from Ronda Rousey?
Well, I mean, I think the game plan for Liz Carmouche is try to jab, hit some quick shots, quick combinations on the outside, and then maybe follow up with a takedown, try to wear her out a little bit, because, you know, it's not often we see Ronda Rousey on the bottom. But it's going to be tough. I mean, is she going to really be able to do that for 5 rounds? Sure, it's possible, but I mean, I don't like her chances. Her striking's good, and, you know, it's fair to say Ronda's chin hasn't really been tested. But, I mean, anytime it gets in the clinch or it gets close, Ronda always seems to get the takedown. She always seems to find a way on top and, you know, as we noted earlier, get that arm bar.
Now, you said it was for the bantamweight title. When she came over to the UFC, which, of course, Dana White 1 year ago at most said that there will never be women in the UFC. And, of course, Ronda Rousey basically kept hinting and kept meeting with him and saying, hey, this should be done. And of course it was. And she was handed the bantamweight title as a part of her joining the UFC. Here's what she said. It's very serendipitous the way it's all come together. Of course, she is a Southern California native. If I could have had everything exactly the way I wanted, this is how I would have written it down. Win all my fights in the first round, then go to the UFC and headline a show and have it as a pay-per-view and at home. People's dreams don't come true like that. You think so when you're a kid, but then you get older and you realize that's not the real world. I guess the real world is pretty cool sometimes too. So she seems like not necessarily a kid in a candy store, but she certainly seems like she is going to take the most out of this opportunity. So let me ask you this. I think you hinted at it already before we get into the other fights on this card, but does she win by first round armbar, or does Carmouche, again, sustain the attack, the relentless pressure of Ronda Rousey, and try to make this, you know, a solid 3 to 5 round fight?
Well, look, I mean, Carmouche, very strong, aggressive, but calculated aggression, pretty good grappling, pretty decent striking. However, I don't really think there's anything in her game that's elite that's going to present a problem to Ronda Rousey. I mean, Carmouche comes in with a respectable record, 8-2, but her 2 name opponents, Sarah Kaufman and Marlos Cohen, and she lost both those fights. You know, I know she's hungry. I know she wants to win, but I just think Ronda Rousey's on a different level, so I don't know how you could say this fight's ending any other way other than Rousey by armbar in the first round.
Okay, so you think that it's going to be an armbar first round, basically how it pans out. With that being said, do you think that this is a soft opponent? Not to take anything away from Liz Carmouche, but do you think that this is, not necessarily a soft opponent, but an easy win for her?
I know what you're trying to say. I mean, basically, is this an opponent to build up Ronda Rousey? And I mean, I think the answer is yes. I mean, she doesn't, like I said, present any real threat to Rousey's skill set. I mean, she's more of a wrestler. That's probably her biggest strength. And we don't really know what Ronda could do off of her back, but I really doubt she's going to get held down for 25 minutes. I just can't see that happening. And I mean, for those viewers that aren't aware, I mean, you can hit an armbar from the guard position on bottom. So for me to think that Carmouche is just going to hold her there without getting armbar for 25 minutes, I'm just not buying it.
Now, John, go ahead and plug yourself. I know you've been on here a few times with us. We really appreciate the time. Where can people find your stuff, maybe on Twitter, Facebook, what have you?
Well, you can find me on Facebook, John Highness, Rutgers Class of 09. Twitter, as I'm sure most people are aware by now, the name is Johnny Hardbody. And my work on Bleacher Report can be found under the UFC and MMA sections.
All right, John Highness, thank you so much for the time. Enjoy the fights on Saturday, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, Rick, thanks for having me. Have a great weekend.